I'm going to share with you what I believe the top 3 sales trends for 2021 are. And they may not be what you expect, actually. You might be expecting me to talk about a particular social media channel or a particular system that you might use. But that is not what I'm going to be talking about, okay? So after I finish this video, I would love to get your opinion and your feedback on which of these sales trends you believe is the one that would be the easiest for you to use in your business, that would be the most successful for you to use in your business. And on the flip side, which one is the hardest for you to use in your business? All 3 of these sales trends I have been trialing myself with my own business and that of my clients. And I have seen huge success in all 3 of these techniques. So this is the first video that I've done on this topic. So you are in the first to know group. So let me get into it. Okay, this is not going to be a long video. So the first trend for you, and these are in no particular order, by the way. The first trend is building community. Okay, those people who are the best at building community are getting the best sales results. Now, what I mean by that is not necessarily you have to go and build a Facebook group, although a Facebook group is a perfect example of building community. But there are other examples. And one of the other examples could be the way that you communicate with the people in your email list. If you write to them regularly, consistently, with a certain kind of language, that makes them feel special, makes them feel like a VIP, makes them feel part of the gang. I hate that, by the way. I don't even know why I did it. Hashtag annoying. But if you write to people with a certain language, a certain way of making them feel, they're going to feel part of your community. Now, one of the beliefs that I have about building community is you have to be a natural leader to be good at building community. And the thing with leadership is you can't elect yourself as a leader. Nobody can. Leaders are elected by their followers, okay? Now, you might think, well, that's going to be really difficult then. Well, it is if you don't show up. If you don't show up, it's going to be really difficult. But as long as you're showing up in your community, wherever that community is, whether it's a Facebook group, whether it's your email list, whether it's a group program that you're already running, whether whatever that community is for you, if you're showing up and you're behaving as a leader and you're being inspiring, motivating, forward thinking, you're sharing opinions, you're being supportive, you're leading from the front and the back. I'm a big believer in leading from the back and like pushing other people forward, letting them have a voice. If you're doing all those things, you will be elected as a natural leader and your ability to grow your community will improve. So think about, where can you apply that better sense of belonging to your audience? Where can you build more collaborations? Where can you build more partnerships? How can you create more opportunities for networking? Okay, so think about that first trend of community. How could you bring that into your coaching business? The second trend that I've got for you today is the trend of being more authentic. Okay, so that's you as a person showing up in a more genuine, more real way. Now, I'm not suggesting that you're not being genuine or real now, but we are in an industry, the online coaching and service-based business industry is well advanced, shall we say. In fact, it's downright crowded. And because of that, people are very well educated around how it looks to show up to win clients. And so you might have heard the term cookie cutter approach, where everybody's doing the same thing in the same way, and there's a little bit of copycatting going on. And that is not authentic. That just comes across as you doing the same thing as everybody else, trying to keep up, and sometimes not making it, and sometimes being slightly ahead, but it levels itself out, but it's not necessarily coming across as totally authentic. So I'm going to encourage you, if you're going to implement trend number 2, authenticity, that you might need to do some inner self-belief work, some inner mindset work. You might need to embrace, your scarcity mindset so that you can completely get rid of any feeling of scarcity that you might have, any imposter syndrome that you might have. You need to do that mindset work to allow yourself to show up and say, this is me. This is me. Love me, hate me. It really doesn't matter because I'm okay with both. I'm okay with both because I know that the right people will be with me and the wrong people don't matter. Not that I don't care about them, but they're not my people. And not everybody is going to be your person. And the sooner that we all get our heads around that, the easier life becomes when you're trying to grow your business and you're trying to find clients. You aren't going to win every client. You are going to have some bad launches. You are going to have some tough days, but you need to just show up authentically you. And on the tough days, say, hey, it's a tough day. I'd love some tips and advice on this challenge I'm having. That's authentic. People want to follow that kind of behavior because it feels real and it feels genuine and it doesn't feel fake. Okay, so remember, authenticity sells, fake doesn't. Yeah, fake is transparent, it's see through. People have heard it all before. And it's time for real. It's time to just, rip the band-aid off and just get comfortable with a bad hair day. Get comfortable with doing a video where you might not look your best. Get comfortable with, doing a launch where you don't quite hit the goal. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just be authentic, pick yourself up, move on. Just be real. Just keep things really, really down to earth and real. So that is sales tip number 2. Number 3 is probably the one that might make you go, really, Rachel? Really? How is this a sales trend? But hear me out, okay? Sales trend number 3 is intimacy, building intimacy. Now, that might sound a bit strange, but what I'm going to suggest that you think about is this. In the online education space, whether that's coaching, consulting, building online courses, we are all very comfortable with building a funnel where you have a lot of people at the start of the funnel and you gradually funnel people through to a point where they convert into your one-to-one or your group coaching, whatever that is. And obviously you apply a conversion rate to that funnel and you know that you'll get a certain amount of sales at the other end. What I'm going to suggest is if you can make that whole process more intimate, your conversion rate will be higher. How do I know this? Because I've been trialing it. I've been trialing this for the last 3 months with my own business and with my clients. And if you can apply more intimacy into your sales funnel, your conversion rate will grow. I'm not going to be bold enough to say it will grow by X% because everybody's businesses are so different. There's so many variables. But I'm telling you, it will grow. Your conversion rate will improve. So the way that I've been trialing it, standard funnel procedure, a free webinar where at the end of the webinar, you spend some time inviting people to take action into your next program. Yeah, we've all done that probably. Now, what I'm going to suggest that you think about is instead of going free webinar to paid service, how about you add just a little bit more time to that process and a little bit more intimacy to that and go free webinar, small free group coaching session, convert to paid. Now, I've done that a number of times, and every time I've had a 50% conversion rate from that free group coaching session in the middle. I've allowed 6 people to book, and out of those 6 people, I've regularly and consistently seen 3 people buy. So I may not have had that success if I'd have just tried to convert at the end of the webinar, because people are savvy, people are wise to that now. They know that a free webinar means that there's going to be a sales pitch at the end. Some people don't show up live for that very reason, because they want to be able to watch the replay and cut the bit at the end. Yeah, you're nodding because you've done it too. I've done it as well. Yeah. And so if you go free webinar, advertising the fact that there's a freebie at the end of it, not a paid thing, a freebie, and that when you get to that freebie, it's only for the action takers. It's only for the people who book their slots straight away, straight after the webinar, and in they go to your small, intimate group of 6. And then when you have that small, intimate group of 6, you can build intimate relationships on a deeper level so that then when you position your paid offer, your conversion rate will be higher because people are more likely to say yes. And that's why intimacy is my third tip and probably my hottest tip for you. Okay, so these are in no particular order, but if you ask me to suggest the best one, I would suggest intimacy. Okay, so they're my top three: build community, be authentically you, and build deeper connections through intimacy. Okay, so they are my top three sales trends for 2021 if you want to grow your coaching, consulting, or service based business. I really hope that you found them useful. I would love to get your feedback. Which one do you think is going to help you the most? Which one are you more likely to try out? And maybe which one do you feel, not very aligned with, and why? I'd love to know why. Which one do you feel least aligned with, and for what reason? Okay, so I hope you're going to hit reply. I hope you're going to drop me a comment, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye bye.